So what I was struggling with before was just life that was just really dominated by food and struggles with food and trying to use that to control my body image and just kind of give myself some sense of like structure and accomplishment in my life. For me, for many years, for 10, 11 years, that wasn't really a problem, but the turning point for me came when I got married and then I was thinking suddenly about like, okay, I want to have kids in the future and I don't want to give them an eating disorder because their mom has an eating disorder. And so for me, that was like the turning point in terms of wanting to reach out was I didn't want this to affect my family. It was really difficult to stay on task with like any given activity because like food was always just running in the background, hunger was always running in the background. And so if I ate like a little more than I wanted to or something a little differently than I wanted to, it would just send me over the edge. And like I was just home that whole day, just in my feelings and being really upset, and feeling like everything was ruined. And then also just the huge impact it had on my social life. Like if anybody invited me out for coffee, I was just dreading it for like days leading up to it. And I was just trying to figure it out and looking up the menu beforehand. And like family dinners or those kinds of like social events were so stressful. And so overall, like just there was such an impact on like my quality of life. I knew that I was at a point where I honestly couldn't guide myself through this healing anymore. Like I didn't know what regular eating looked like or what it felt like. I didn't know what intuitive eating meant anymore because I had no idea what my body was supposed to feel like. And so my experience working with Emily was just having that like support system and that like foundation there where I knew I wasn't going to go off track because I had the right person supporting me. And then also on top of that, like, approaching recovering from disordered eating or an eating disorder, it's really difficult to find the right kind of support. Talking to like my therapist in the past or my doctor, like they don't get it. It's not their area of specialty. And so it was such a relief, like finally finding Emily and like she really understood, and didn't, dismiss things or misunderstand things or give advice that was even more toxic, which I know a lot of people run into. So for me, that was kind of like the missing piece in the puzzle after so many years of like passively wanting to get better and making these small changes and ending up stuck. I think the biggest difference from when I first started to now is just like the amount of peace that I have emotionally and like physically. And even just in the way that my day goes and in my time, like my life runs a lot smoother now. Like food is not this constant conflict that it was. Like there's not this like constant self-generated conflict that's in my life anymore. It's just like another part of my day. And I'm able to like actually, try and dedicate my time to things I do care about, which is something that I was really missing and I really wanted back was just being able to choose what I wanted to do. We'll kind of spend time spinning our gears, trying to get better on our own when like literally just 5 months working with Emily like changed my whole life after like a decade of struggling. And so I would definitely recommend it. Like for me going in, I honestly was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like I didn't have high hopes because it'd been so long. Like this is what my life was now. But it's crazy how much can change in just a short period of time with the right support.